Now I know everybody's thinking, what does ChatGPT think about the top 10 teams in the 2000s? I haven't thought about that at all. But ESPN went ahead and asked ChatGPT to give them their 10 best teams since 2000. Also, I want to talk about how this schedule may be the hardest in franchise history. And lastly, we'll talk about a linebacker that the Eagles may have their eye on. So let's talk about it.
You want Philly?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Joe Castro, aka Philly Fresco, and it is Philly the podcast. So today we're going to talk about ChatGPT. I want to probably butcher that name a million different times. And we're also going to talk about how this may be the hardest schedule the Eagles have ever faced in franchise history. And lastly, we will talk about the linebacker that has been connected to the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, before we get into that, be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, join the family. We are on the road to 10K. We would love for you guys to join that ride. But yeah, let's get right into it, man. We're going to start with the whole ChatGPT thing. So I said earlier that it was by ESPN. I got that wrong. It was by Fox NFL. And they went ahead and got the top 10 teams since 2000. And this is according to ChatGPT. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I've actually done this before. The only thing that I don't like is that they don't really factor in the last 3 years. It's like, I think the cutoff date is like 2022 or something like that. So, or 2020, excuse me. So there's not much information in there. I don't believe that there's any teams beyond that date, if I'm not mistaken. It looks like the 2019 Chiefs, so that might be the cutoff date. But either way, they went ahead and gave them the top 10 teams, and we're going to go over that list. So I'll put it up on the screen so you guys can see it. Obviously, they have the Patriots, the 07 Patriots at number 1, the 2013 Seahawks at number 2, the 2009 Saints at number 3, which, I mean, what does best mean? I mean, what does top mean? What are they going by? But either way, 2016 Patriots for their second time on the list, the 2000 Ravens, which I definitely agree with. We see our 2004 Eagles. Now, I know that's probably going to, garner some talks. 2015 Panthers, the 2002 Bucks, the 2005 Steelers, and the 2019 Chiefs. Look, I really don't care about the list, but I just wanted to talk about the Philadelphia Eagles spot on it. If I'm the Eagles fans, if you had 2019 Chiefs on here, there's no reason. I'm not going to bring up last year because of the reasons why I said in the beginning. But if you had the 2019 Chiefs on this list, there's no reason that the Eagles should not be on this list from 2017. I get it that the 2014 was very good. Obviously, had T.O. We went to the Super Bowl that year. We lost it, though, right? We lost that year. So, I don't know. I would personally put the 2017 year over that 2014. That's me personally. I don't know. You guys let me know what you're thinking. I just wanted to bring that up real quick. Now, also, I wanted to talk about Myles Jack. So a lot of Eagles fans have been talking about the connection, and a lot of media, has been talking about the Eagles possibly going after Myles Jack. It would be interesting. I don't know where he fits in with this defense. He's a decent player, don't get me wrong. I feel like, from his sophomore and junior years in the NFL, he's kind of fell off since then. And if you look at his pass coverage, it has not been good. I think he's given up over 75% completion the last 4 years. He's given up at least 2 touchdowns in coverage the last 4 years. So, I mean, it hasn't been beautiful. It really has not been beautiful. He's given up a high QBR. It's if you're getting him, don't think he's going to be that guy that saves you in pass coverage. And I mean, obviously, I do trust the Philadelphia Eagles. So if they are to make that decision, I'm not going to be mad about it. I'm not going to sit here and hate on him. I actually met the guy. I'm going to be honest, when he was still young, I used to live in Jacksonville, and I met him in Jacksonville at a random gas station. And he's small. I'm going to be 100%. He was very small. He did not feel no 6'1", but it is what it is. I think that the kid has some talent, and I think that there would be interest from the Eagles. I just don't know what he would be, because like I said, are you looking at him as purely a pass rusher? That might be where he really strives. I mean, if you look at his pass rushing numbers, he does have a pretty good pass rush win rate. So there could be some thought that, hey, let's just get him to where he feels the most comfortable, and that's rushing the passer. Maybe put him on the outside a little bit. It could be interesting, but I don't think he's a guy you really want in the middle, especially when you have a guy like Nakobe Dean. It's time to see what you got in that. It's time to see what you got in a lot of these young guys in that linebacking room. So Myles Jack, I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't be the most upset about it, but I don't think that it's realistic. I'm going to be 100% honest. I don't think that that's where they're going to spend their money. We'll see what happens. I wouldn't be mad if we had a linebacker, but I think that there's better options out there, maybe even via trade. But we'll get into that, down the road if I start hearing anything pop up. Now, lastly, what this video really is about, look, I know some people have their opinions on Reuben Frank. I love Reuben Frank. I like his articles. It is what it is. So he put out an article today talking about how this may be the hardest schedule that the Eagles have ever faced in the franchise's history. He went ahead to give some stats, and I wanted to share those stats with you guys. So shout out to Reuben Frank. I will leave the link to his article, the full article, down below in the description. So I don't want to steal the full thing. It's a long article, but I'm only going to take some of the stats that I saw. So let's hop right into that. The first one is that the Eagles have never played 5 consecutive games against teams that made the postseason that year. It's interesting. So the Eagles also have never faced 5 straight teams that finished with the same season with 11 wins. Also, since 1985, the Eagles have only faced 5 straight opponents that finished the year with a winning record twice. In 2005, they went 1-4 versus the Chargers, Broncos, Washington, and Cowboys and Giants. And in 2016, they went 1-4 versus the Cowboys, Giants, Falcons, Seahawks, and Packers. Also, since the NFL went to a 16-game schedule in the 1978 season, the Eagles have faced 3 straight 12-win teams only 3 times, in 1990, 2014, and 2020. Lastly, the Chiefs, 49ers, Bills, Cowboys, all counted twice, had a composite record of 64-20 last year, a 762 winning percentage. The Bills played only 16 games, so it doesn't equal 85. The last time the Eagles played a 5-game stretch where the opponents had a composite record at the end of the year higher than a 762 was in 1975, when they faced in order the 10-4 Dolphins, 11-3 Cardinals, 10-4 Cowboys, 12-2 Rams, and then the 11-3 Cardinals again. This is back when the Cardinals were in our division. They lost all 5 by an average of 12.5 points, with Coach McCormick was fired a few weeks later. So just some stats I thought were really interesting. It's going to be very fun to see this year. I think that there's no doubt that if the Eagles can get through this season, if they can get through this schedule and have a good record, I'm talking 12+ wins, there's no doubt that this is a real team. But this is definitely going to test who the Philadelphia Eagles are. So later on today, we're going to have Fran Duffy on the show. So I just wanted to do a quick video. I know this probably isn't that long, but I just wanted to kind of put this stuff out there as I was reading stuff. Wanted to see what you guys thought of it. So leave all your thoughts in the comments. Like I said, definitely leave a like, leave a subscription. I appreciate it all. But other than that, y'all know what it is. It's Fly Eagles Fly, and we are out here. I'm all dressed up today, I had a meeting. Peace.
Eagles fans everywhere. This is for you.
Fly Eagles flying on the team. Touchdown. Time to get Jalen this ring. You don't really want to start a thing. This a bird gang nation, baby. It's a Philly thing. Hater, and you looking like you type trash. I'm just here calling on Philly the podcast. And we can call a man dog or watch Miles score off the handoff. Rest of the division, your man soft. Jackson like Sean, hunting like Randall. Season head, early time to do him in. Your boy Philly Fresco. Thanks for tuning in.